I would listen to Dave's podcast while I was at work. I was a drafter, and I would just listen and take notes, and I went in real skeptically, and finally it was won over. And so I started doing his steps. I saved my $1,000, started paying off my debt. I met this girl named Lisa. I knew that finances were a big deal in marriages and that it was the #1 cause of divorce. She was all in on Dave Ramsey too. And so soon after we got married, we paid off the little bit of debt she had in her car, started saving up our emergency fund together to get that solid footing under us. And we've definitely had to use it several times. So from there, we just started working through our priorities of retirement saving and saving for different big things in our lives.
A lot of people view a budget as a bad thing. They view a budget as something that's going to restrict them, is going to cause them pain. As a woman, I feel that it gives me a lot of security knowing that anytime I can look at our spreadsheet and I can see where every dollar is going. I love being able to take the money that God has blessed us with and to be able to stretch it as far as I possibly can. Friends are having babies or have unfortunate events in their life, losing loved ones, and I love being able to sign up for a meal train and know that I can afford to bring them a meal because I've saved so much money on our own personal budget.
We've always believed that everything we have is the Lord's, and He asks us to give 10% back. And it's something we've done from day one. We believe that, when we honor God and we give those gifts back to Him that He's so richly given us, that He'll continue to bless us. And He has so many times throughout our lives, and not by making us uber rich or anything like that, but by always providing for us and taking care of us through really tough times.
We really just love being able to share that strength with other people. I have a small group that meets on Thursday nights, and being able to share with the ladies in that group how I save money on groceries and how to save money on car insurance and things like that.
And another thing that we've started doing, we realized the value of teaching good financial principles young. We of course went back to our source of financial wisdom, Dave Ramsey, and he has a good kids program for it. We'll sit down at the table with her and we'll say, I'll get 10 of the pennies out and I'll slide them over to her and I'll have her divide them into each of the categories and tell her, give 1 to God, 2 is to save for later, 7 is to spend now. And so she knows now. She knows her 3 envelopes and she knows how many pennies go to each one. I feel like he's given us this mini corporation here to run, and we're the co-CEOs and we need to make good decisions with it. So all these things that we do are so that we can put ourselves in a good place and continue to bless others more and more.
As we've sacrificed various things to follow God's will and to be able to still provide for our family, I feel like God has taught me how to be content in all circumstances. We can't do things that we want to do now, but being able to provide an education for our children when they go to college, being able to retire and be self-sufficient in retirement, being able to then be able to bless others with the money that we have throughout our retirement, it's such a hope for the future.